Hi, welcome to this Business Objects BI4.2 presentation, giving you a glimpse what is new in the BI4.2 platform. My name is Iver van de Zand. We're presenting analytics for SAP Benelux, and you can follow me on Twitter or read my blogs that you can find on the website on top of you. So the disclaimer, please read it carefully, and let's have a look. So the core SAP Analytics Strategy is built around two main streams. One is innovate the core, and then we are talking about the on-premise software that we are going to discuss today, the Business Intelligence Suite in its 4.2 flavor, which comes available in early 2016 for you. And the second core focus area is build the cloud with the new Cloud for Analytics business intelligence solution that covers both planning, analytics, business intelligence, shortly from now predictive, and also GRC. So we are going to go quickly. We have 30 minutes, so let me focus on the simplification program of SAP. So the BI Suite composes of a number of around 14 components, and the components that SAP is focusing on are the ones that you see on the right hand side next to me, which is if you talk managed dashboarding, the product to go is Design Studio, HTML5 driven, native connectivity to Universes, BW, HANA, for example. Anything that is data exploration, data visualization, getting insight, self-service is Lumira, being accompanied by the Design Studio apps that are now available. If you prefer to work with a Microsoft-driven user interface, then the way to go is Analysis for Office, and anything that is managed reporting or centralized reporting is either Crystal Reports or Web Intelligence. So the themes for 4.2 are completely arranged after simplification, making the maintenance but also the use and the way of working with the BI Suite more simplified. Of course, enhancements. There are a number of things that are now possible with new capabilities. And the third theme is just behind me, is the innovation, bringing new techniques and new things to the BI Suite, which I will explain you later on. If I should name the 5 components that are important in the new BI 4.2 suite, then it would be these 5. So there's now full commenting solution. You can comment on your reports, for example, connecting and collaborating with your colleagues. We have SAP HANA online connectivity or either direct access to SAP HANA views from Web Intelligence. There is the long expected recycle bin, and we have parallel data provider refresh. So let me focus and let me make myself a little smaller so that you can see. So what's new in BI 4.2? Here's the overview. I split it up in the BI platform where we have new commentary possibilities to make comments. There is an enhanced upgrade manager. There's a very nice administrator cockpit that gives you full insight on administration level on the situation of your BI platform. We have user notification and the mentioned recycle bin. There's new news regarding the way of publication. Also within REST API, there's new things coming up which I will explain to you, and there are bettered audit functionality. If I go to Web Intelligence, I would summarize the new issues over there, the new capabilities over there. Then very, very, very important is the shared elements. So you can now things that you create, you can put them in a shared folder, and it allows people who create other reports to reuse those components. Very powerful. Again, the commentary facility that I already mentioned. We have extensions on the geomaps, way better integration, way better visualizations with geomaps. The extensions that you know from Lumira are now also able to work in Web Intelligence. We have direct access to the HANA views that I already mentioned, very powerful. So no universe needed for in those situations anymore. We support big numbers, so large numbers behind the comma, if I may say so, and parallel queries. And last but not least, online connectivity to HANA. If I focus on the semantic layer, then we have now linked UNX universes. So we already had linked UNV. There's now also linked UNX. And we have authored SAP BAX universes. For Crystal Report, there's vertical alignments. For text, there's QR and barcode support. We have a waterfall chart that wasn't there. And there's direct to data enhancements. Crystal Reports 2016. Again, alignment of text. Well, I'm not going to mention everything that's on the screen. And especially analysis for OLAP. There's news about the HTTP connector to SAP HANA. There's alias table support for S-based situations. Currency conversions for SAP BW, very powerful. And there's a break hierarchy while sorting, which you will see in a small video. Mobile BI broadcasting, broadcast notifications to mobile users. So you can now get certain notifications and alerts when certain things occur. And there's the SDK has been extended. I will send you these slides, make them available for you. There's also enhanced platform support for new databases and platforms, and same goes for data access. Well, let's deep dive a little bit into the platform. Again, the main themes: simplifications, enhancements, and performance. So for the platform, user notification is bettered right now. The long-awaited recycle bin is there. So if you delete something, it ends up in a recycle bin, which can be deleted on administrator level or restored if needed, which makes it way more powerful in the maintenance of the products. And REST API, the commentary service, very important on both administration as user level. There's a way better upgrade manager where you now can do upgraded in splitted pieces, which doesn't affect your operational systems too much. You can now spread the load. The administrator cockpit, which I will show you, I have a number of small videos. And the promotion manager, if you work with a development test production environment, is way bettered. And again, some of the things come back in a performance promotion manager. It also betters the performance because it's also splitted, which lowers the impact on your systems. Also splitted installation, so you can now balance the installation time in pieces so that your day-to-day system is not affected too much in peak moments. User notification, well, I have a little demo over here which I will touch. And let us have a look at it right now. Here it comes. So here you can see how the notification works. I'll scroll it a little bit to the front. You can see it later on in the. So you can schedule notification messages. Very detailed. So informing your user community, for example, which makes it very powerful. You can, for example, system maintenance messages like you see over here, which is new. I'm going to stop the video because we proceed with the explanation. The recycle bin, similar. So there's now recycle bin available. You see it over here. Again, a small movie. I'll scroll it a little bit to the forward to show you what is over here. You see it. Here the demonstration comes. I will not comment it. You can have a look at it yourself.
I choose to delete grouping and sorting. In order to delete an item, right-click on the item and select delete from the context menu. So
delete, here something is deleted. You can see, so it's confirmed the deletion, and I think this is in the management console where they can have a look at anything that is deleted. They can restore it if they want, or permanently delete it. It's a feature that was long awaited. It's now available. So it applies to all the components that are supported by the BI platform. So very powerful and useful feature to my stance. The commentary solution, also briefly showing you that, how that works. Again, over here you can see, you can so the people are identified by their own username, of course. So you can work together on a report and send your comments. I think here you can see the example. So this is from Web Intelligence, and there is I think a comment is inserted. Here it goes. Yes, you give a title and you can give some text notification, and that's being confirmed, I guess, in this section. Also, the comments or the topics being used earlier are available, so you don't have to retype the text. Here it is, and I think over here you can mention specifically people in your user community. Here is my comment, and you can see, so it applies to all reporting and web intelligence. And again, we will later on, this is on administration level, have a look at it on user level. Over here a little bit more detail. So the comments are all stored in a database of a type that you can see on the top right hand, that you can define yourself, so you can maintain it and archive your comments and come back to it later on. This one is, again, we are on platform level. This one is very powerful, the new administration cockpit. So let's have a look at that, how that looks like. So you can see over here it is, the administration cockpit, and it gives you on a visual level very powerful information. Let me enlarge that a little bit, with the number of scheduled jobs, the applications that are running, the loads, the number of artifacts. Well, you see the information on the screen. Everything is being stored, so you can replicate the information, look back to a specific moment in time. So over here it's today, but you can, as you can see, you can look at moving periods, last 7 days, last month, for example, which gives you a lot of insight in the performance of your platform. And over here you see some administration information, the field and the running applications. Again, I think very powerful and a very nice enhancement to the. So I made the screen a little smaller. We proceed, giving time. The upgrade manager, there's new filter options over there. You can choose to not migrate security if you wish. Export pending and recurring instances is now possible. Promotion manager also really improved. Working with a test production and development environment is now made easier. Also the workflow is easier. The full process has been reviewed, so the total performance within promotion environments is bettered, which is good news. I tested it and it works very fine. We make a lot of progress over there. There's more options within the auditing functionality and better scalability in there. Again, I will mention you a more detailed slide deck that gives you a little bit more background information. You can do a split install right now, so if you want to split to reduce your downtime, you can do that. There was also some support for new environment. Tomcat 8 is now default bundled web application server, which is new. Well, you can see the error reporting has been reviewed. And if we have a look at web intelligence, so we skipped from the BI platform into the web intelligence environment, then again I have the enhancements, scheduled them in simplification, enhancement, and especially performance. So in terms of we are now able to run parallel querying, which improves performance significantly. There's support for big numbers, so especially in financial environments, very powerful. So 30 digits behind the comma, it's in that area. For end users, The commentary solution, very important enhancements which we can now do throughout the full web intelligence solution. Shared elements. So if you have things that you want to be available for your end user that needs to be every time the same, you can store it as shared element in the shared element folder. Geomaps enhancements, better, show you some examples, and we can do the extensions that you know from Limira. And very important in terms of backend, SAP backend integration, direct access to SAP HANA and online access to HANA if you need. Well, let's go into detail a little bit more. So parallel queries can be disabled. It is activated by default. There was a demo movie which I will share to you afterwards. Big numbers up to 40 digits that is now supported for specific environments, especially in financial areas where that's very important. You can now do that. Commentary, and I'd like to have a look at the demonstration video for commentary, which I will show. Here we go. So this is on end user level in web intelligence. There's a report opened, and you can add a comment via the design mode. Well, you will see in the video how it works. So you insert a comment. There are various ways to do so. And you select the options that are needed. So here's the comment is inserted over there, and it's based on a title. And again, as said, on the administration level, everything is stored in a database, so you can review it, see who commented what. You can archive it and make it available, even put it in your data warehouse if you require. So you can see your comment in the inside panel. And I can re-comment back to that, or I can even edit it if I wish later on. You can see reply, edit, copy. Very powerful, and you can, as you can see over here in this example, that the comment is now being updated. You can save it. We are now logging in as somebody else, and to see how the other user will perceive the comment or see it. So this person ends up in the portal, opens up a report, and here you see the comment that the previous user has installed. Just to use comments, you don't have to be in design mode, of course. And you can OK it or reply to it or anything else. Let's proceed. So a little bit more detailed. Default registers the title, the user, and of course the timestamp. There are some additional options over there. Shared elements, also very important. I'd like to have a look at that too. Here we go. So you can now store certain objects in the shared elements folder. Here you see that folder. So this object is going to be stored in that folder, and if I log on as another user, there it is. So in the public folders there is this shared elements section. You can store, for example, this graph over there, and if you go back and you create a new report, then you can very easily reuse that. So here's a report. I go in design mode, and we are going to insert a shared element. You just tick the location and you pick up the shared elements from the folders, and here you go. There it is. So very useful. It seriously decreases download time and also the quality of your reporting. If you want to be sure that certain things are exactly like you want it, you can store them as shared element so people can reuse. Alright, let's proceed. Over here a little bit more about shared elements. So they contain all the required metadata, so the exact report section or part, the data source and providers, of course, variables and formatting. So that's all included. and apart from the data, which is not in there. Yeah, so it picks up the data again. Geomaps using web intelligence, some new possibilities over there. There is now the Coral Path, the bubble, and the pie charts that you know from Lumira is also over there. Also the integrated geo database covering countries, regions, and cities. Over 100,000 cities. I've done the test in Belgium. All the major cities are in there. Is now part of web intelligence. So that database is included into your product. And similar goes to the visual extensions. So the open source visualizations that are available on the web, over 15,000, can now through a decoder be brought in web intelligence and free of charge made available to your end users, similar as it goes in Lumira. Direct access to HANA views, very powerful. We couldn't do that. It means that you do not need a universe in case of accessing SAP HANA anymore. So you can directly browse the views. Also the hierarchies are supported through the OLAP connection, and there's no authoring of the universe, of course, required. Similar native online access to HANA views. This absolutely opens the door to online business intelligence, operational business intelligence. No query panel, no microcube, direct access to the HANA views. Again, something that we saw already in Lumira. It's now also available in web intelligence, and that makes it that's an enormous improvement, making life way more easier. Looking at the universes, so again the big news is that we now have linked UNIX Universes. So the UNIX Universe was already open for multi-sources. You can now also link the UNXs. UNVs already could be linked, but now the UNIX also. And there's also authored SAP BACS query universes available. A little news, a little more detail regarding the UNIX universes. Yeah, so the changes to core UNIX are all propagated to the derived UNIX universes, meaning that it makes it very scalable if you have large environments with separated universes that you need to link throughout a kind of a bus. You can do that with the linked universes right now. Authored BW universe. It means you can now completely utilize the BICS connector to fully leverage SAP BW performance and through your universe, and make that universe available to your end user tools like Web Intelligence, or whether it is SAP Lumira, or for example Design Studio. Analysis for OLAP, also news over there. So there's HTTP connector to SAP HANA, very useful. Alias table support for SBase if you are in an SBase situation. Big improvement is the currency conversion to SAP BW, and we now also support break hierarchy while you are sorting in Analysis for Office. Limited news regarding the mobile BI. So there's broadcast notifications right now for mobile users. There is support of iOS push alerts. So that is news that is now completely supported by the mobile BI environment. And if I focus a little bit on that, then you can broadcast administration messages to the mobile BI. Very important. You could do alerting, stuff like that, and send it to the to your users that are traveling or whatever using mobile devices. You can subscribe or unsubscribe to push alerts on document level or on inbox level, and that makes it very scalable in terms of the usage of mobile devices. We can now directly push messages to the end users. The SDK, there's quite some functionality, extended functionality in the SDK. It's very well documented. You can find those documents on the SCN pages. There's a user management API, content management API, open documents enhancement. So we made great progress on open documents support. The Crystal Reports SDK has been enhanced, and there's a translation manager enhancements that are now available. Platform support. So the BI 4.2 has extensions regarding new platform support. So it applies to operational systems, browsers, Java LDAP and other things. I will mention a few. Over here you see that in terms of operation systems, we now also support the Enterprise Linux 7. Includes support for SLES 12, new browser support, Firefox, Chrome latest and the latest Safari, and for application servers there's now also support for Tomcat 8 and JBoss EAP. Data access, we already were close to agnostic to data source access, but still there are some new things that we now have access to. You see an overview over here. It regards big data, Spark connectivity, SFDC, OData, for example, security web services. Well, a number of, you see over here, Apache Spark, again, the BI platform is now brought in sync with also the Lumira capabilities. Apache Spark 1.1 supported, opens the door to big data browsing and analysis. Same goes for Hype and an update on Impala Hive. Through the Simba services drivers we can support SFTC if you use that. Again, very nice enhancement, I guess. And there has been made improvements on the core connectivity towards our own sources with ERP. Data access, OData, new UNIX ODBC 2.3 support, and some enhancements regarding the web services. Very important, a few things that I absolutely like to share with you. Have a look at this slide very detailedly afterwards maybe. The SCN pages that you can see over here, very important. Have a look at that. There's good information about sizing guides for every component and the platform. And if you're really interested in attending user groups or influence programs to become an early adopter of the software, you can go via these links. Very important, if you want to go in a deep dive on the discussion that we've had during the last 20 minutes, then you can find the links to more detailed slides over here. If you really want to know every single detail, then I strongly suggest that you take the L2 slide deck, which is over 100 slides, very detailedly in the What's New 4.2 section, where you can have a look at. Okay. I want to thank you for your attention. Again, my name is Iver van der Zand, SAP Analytics for Belux. Drop me a mail if you have any questions or have a look at the blog spots that you have seen in the opening page. And thanks for your attention. Cheers.